Hey guys, so let's go ahead and get into a forecast for the collective. This is going to be for October. So even though it says October and it's for October of 2024, really you can still watch this at any time and get something from it. There's a few ways you can use this if you happen to come across this in a time that is not October. You can use it like a pick a card and go down to the timestamps and pick the week that you feel drawn to. You can listen to the general message for the month and apply it to whatever month you're in, or you can listen to it all if you want to, or like let's say you're coming across this and it's week 3 of February. You can click on week 3 if you want to do that. There's a few ways you can use this. The messages can still apply. All of my readings online are timeless, even if it has like a timestamp, because they're meant for you to get something from it whenever you happen to come across it. So that being said, this is also for October of 2024 or whenever you come across this. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. I'm going to start off with a general message for the month, and then I'll get into each week. I'm gonna start with my ginormous Hocus Pocus cards. I love them. I just have tiny hands, so it's hard to work with sometimes. Have the star. So whenever you happen to come across this, or in October, if you're watching this in October, hold on to that hope, hold on to that light, hold on to that light at the end of the tunnel, especially with getting ready to enter like a time period of possible seasonal sadness or seasonal depression, things like that, holiday blues, or whenever you come across this. Maybe it's just some sadness that you're healing from, grief and so on. Hold on to that hope, because I do feel like, things are going to get brighter again. What I'm hearing through my clairaudience is February to March. So whenever you see this, the next February to March, I feel like that's going to be the transitional period to things beginning to lighten up, the load to lighten up again, to feel brighter again for you. So even though there is hope, yes, there's still some darkness to be overcome, because when do stars come out? Stars come out when it's dark outside, right? But it is a reminder that there's a way to navigate through this. There's a way to navigate through this journey, through this difficulty. Also remembering that there are things in life that are bigger, grander than you are. What I mean by that is like the energy of the universe is so immense that some things do happen beyond your control. All you can do is work with what you have going on for the time being and trying to transmute the energy into the best version, more positive things as possible. And I also feel like this month, a lot of you are in that in-between period, especially with it being October, the month 10. 1 and 0 energy. You're in that energy that's in between the chapter that just closed out and the new beginnings that are on the way, that are coming. But there's a need to take a one step at a time, represented by the number 1, focusing on the self, represented by the number 1, and also remembering your power, because the 1 to me also looks like a wand within this. And then the 0 representing portal energy, the womb space that is giving birth to the new chapter that's coming following this period. Let's see what else we need to know for this month, truth be told. We also have 6 of Wands energy. So there is victory ahead. There's still some challenges, a battle, but there is victory ahead. You can expect some improvement. You can expect some accolades, things of that nature. But be mindful not to fully let down, I want to use the word professionalism. And even if this doesn't apply to like a business side of things, but it's like more personal, still be professional with how you handle every person involved, every client, every friend, whatever it might be, diplomatic even, because I'll just give you an example. You may think you have a client that vibes with you and is so open to the realness of how you present things, and things have been good so far, but you catch them on that one off day when they're extra emotional, and boom, all of a sudden they're giving negative review and they're taking all their frustration and anger out on you. That's just an example of what I mean by, like, you may have all these praise and accolades one moment, and then the same people that were doing that, or the same person that's doing that, can turn on you. So throughout this month, just keep everything as professional, diplomatic, uniform as possible. Does that make sense? Hopefully so. But anyways, good news is still coming. Positive achievements, good news, especially if you've been waiting on some sort of news or something like that, is on the way. Let's see what else comes through. There's some unfinished business taking place. We have the energy of the haunted house. So I really feel like a lot of this is like things from your past that are still feeling like they're a bit haunting to you. Experiences, things left unsaid. Those of you that feel like you were protecting somebody's reputation by not sharing your side of things, it creates this energy of just almost like a haunting. And you're still dealing with that, more so internally within self. But it is also a purging process. Like, Spirit wants to remind you that we all have ghosts, symbolically speaking, or literally, you know what I mean? And some of the, it's not all meant to harm you, even though it may feel like that way at times. Can you transmute this into making it a positive? Can you learn to work with the tools and the environment that you've been dealt? And can you continue to release the past and leave it in its place, because you are becoming you, because you are different now, and you are almost just like returning to sender, releasing, undoing all of that negativity, all of that evil eye, all of the whatever it may be that was placed upon you, and letting it go throughout this month. Okay, one more message for the overall energy of the month, and then we will get into each week. Eight of Coins. Some of you may really be feeling an urge to reach out, to communicate to someone that's been on your mind. Some of you, this is reversed. There's someone wanting to communicate with you and you can feel it. For others of you, you really just kind of want to keep some sort of like paper trail or documentation of events that have been happening, so that when it does come time to present your side of things, you have all the receipts. And also, a lot of you are like putting plans in motion. Maybe you're journaling, maybe you're putting a schedule together, a calendar. Maybe you're writing down ideas, writing a script of some kind. Some of you may be even like making a creative outlet to this energy you've been feeling, writing music, writing poetry, writing art in whatever form, things of that nature as well. But you're not ready to give up on these dreams you have. Some of you also do need to be writing down the dreams you have at night, because they're giving you messages to work on the things that you need to know, the things that you need to move forward with. But you're putting in the work, you know. You're putting in the work towards healing, towards finding more understanding of what's been going on with you. You're wanting to get, sorry, my hair is like messing with me. You're wanting to get to the root cause of something, and you're putting in that work this month. And you're going to get to have more clarity, more epiphanies, more understanding, more results, I feel, next month from the work that you've been putting in. Now let's get into each week. Ooh, it's kind of warm in this outfit today. Okay, so now let's get into each week. And week 1, first message we have going on, the Knight of Pumpkins. This is a new deck. I didn't even look at the guidebook, but this feels like Pentacle energy to me. I don't know if it's supposed to be. Maybe I should have checked. Oh well, too late. But it's giving me Pentacle energy. So week 1, the things that are happening are slow to come. Like, there's a heavy emphasis on the things that like you want to see come to fruition tangibly. And it's by like really actually getting your hands dirty, or putting boots to pavement, as they say, by actually doing the work, or having the conversations, or making the plans, whatever it is. It's not just an idea, you're actually doing it. There is action behind it. But it also feels very new. So it's not all going to happen at once. You're beginning to realize that things are taking more work than you may have realized, especially when it comes to what you really want. And it may even feel like, if I'm reading this image intuitively, it may even feel like somebody's holding that desire you have out of reach. You're reaching for it, you want it, but it's almost like you may feel like life is messing with you. You may feel like someone else is messing with you. It's like that desire is right there, but something keeps effing with you in the situation and what you want. It's just out of reach. But guess what? At some point in time, even if, like I said, if I'm reading this intuitively, this is going to grow old. And this energy down here, these people are going to grow wiser, older, bigger, taller, and able to reach that goal. Does that make sense? Symbolically speaking. So give it time. The moral of the story is give it time. Week 1, there's an energy and focus on meditation or manifestation work. Grounding your energy, centering your energy, trusting the vibes you're feeling. Your intuition is correct, and you're making these balanced decisions based upon the logical, realistic side of things and what your intuition is telling you, so that you can make a choice that is best. And you're seeing past the BS. You are, the veil is thinner, so there is this shadow side to things that you are working through, because often when you learn the biggest lessons of all is after you go through a period of shadow or tough times. That is what often helps you grow the most. Even if you think of it symbolically speaking as like when you're in the mother's womb, you're growing inside the womb, it's dark in there. Or a butterfly in the chrysalis, it's dark in there, it's lonely, it's isolating, but these are helping you to grow through. And it's through this that you're able to see more of the truth. You're getting the answers you need. You're having the aha moments, the epiphanies, these moments in silence. And you're nurturing and pouring into what's most important to you. Mostly, it's like you've evolved to that next level. And really, I really do feel like you're learning to deal with the circumstances that once may have brought you down. Now it's actually building you up in a way, because you're seeing, one, you know how many times you have overcome difficulties and how you've grown and become better for it. And you're realizing that even though it may have been a setback, it's only one step closer to where you don't have to deal with this kind of lesson again in the future. And therefore, it's like getting you closer one more time to something even better the next time around. Or someone even better the next time around after this lesson is learned. Because now it's like you know better. So you can do better, hopefully. And be mindful of where you're putting your energy. Some of you need to hear the message of stop watering dead plants, stop pouring into relationships that don't pour back into you. And others of you, you know, you already see this, you already know this, and you're pouring into what's most important. Going into week 2, let me just get a sip. Going into week 2, we have the, what is this, 5, 6, 7? 7 of lightning, which I think this is like swords energy. Like I said, this is a brand new deck. I didn't even really look at the guidebook to see how these elements relate to the traditional tarot, but it's giving me swords energy, because when I think of lightning, I think of like sudden aha moments, or things that strike you, things that hit you, like ideas, or even communication and things like that. So I'm gonna go with that vibe right now. And I feel like things that you were not realizing before, maybe you were oblivious to it, maybe you were just hoping things would change, or maybe you were just in denial, or missed the red flags, or maybe just kept sweeping them under the rug, whatever it might be. You are now realizing where you missed something, like something went above your head or under the radar that you should have seen, or maybe you saw it and you ignored it because like you wanted to believe something different, but now it's hitting you. And you're taking note, and you're not gonna keep sweeping that whatever it is under the rug. You're not gonna keep letting that person take those little digs at you, or treat you a certain way. Like, you're starting to stand up tall, hold your head high, and do what's best for you now moving forward. You're moving with caution. Hopefully you're keeping the plans that you have, your goals, to self, because when you keep speaking them out loud or posting them online or things like that, there are people that are sending unknowingly, for lack of better words, they're unknowingly cursing you, not because they're actually doing spell work, but it's just because of that evil eye, or that envy, or that jealousy, or whatever it is, because their life is not where they want it to be, and it's putting bad vibes towards you. So just keep it to self, and just show up with the results later on, whoever needs to hear it. And some of you are really just needing to look deep into something, whether it's deep into self, deep into a study, deep into research. Like, some truths are hitting you, and it's shocking at first. Maybe you don't want to believe it at first, but deep down, you know, like, there's something more to this. With all that being said, I also do see, and also some of this energy is just someone not ready to share something in general, and just wanting to keep a close eye on things, but not saying too much right now. This could be you, or this could be someone else. But you are stepping into a period of good fortune, basically positive change, and you are navigating through the dark and tougher times. Bats are nocturnal, so they can see through the dark, and that is symbolic for what you have going on right now. And also, some of you may be speaking truth, putting it out there, because I'm thinking like sonar, radar, whatever it's called, sonar, when the sound bounces off of something. You're like vocalizing something and just seeing how others may react to it, and this is showing your reality. You're remembering your power with this energy of the magician. You have the tools you need, you have the knowledge you need, or you're seeking it if you don't have it yet, so that you can make something happen. And you're beginning to feel like, you may be beginning to feel like your wishes are starting to come true, but also realizing that you're the only one that's going to make these wishes happen. You are the genie in your life. It's you. You hold the power. You want more security? You got to find a way to make it happen. So putting those plans into motion, and a lot of it starts within self and your determination and focus to get where you need to go. Going into week 3. Okay, 6 of lightning. I had to count. Sometimes like the Roman numerals things throw me off sometimes still. And I'm like, oh, which one was that? So this is giving me Six of Swords vibes. And this is a broom. So think of how a broom sweeps something, it cleans up, it moves things around. So I feel like this is about purifying the environment, healing, getting the dust, the debris, the dusty people, the dirty energy, the bad energy, the clutter. You're cleaning it up, you're sweeping it out, you're sweeping out the bad vibes to make room for new, to have a clear environment. Some of you need to literally clean up, like, because, you know, it is a reflection as well of your mental state, your emotional state, and even some of like the spiritual events that are happening around you. If your home is not clean or cluttered, it can draw in certain energies. So it's time to purify the home. And that's how I'm seeing this too. It's a step towards that healing process, clearing out the energy, moving out of a darker space into a more brighter, healed space as well. Some of this is also travel. Think about how that old stereotype of witches on a broom, it was a form of transportation. So some of you may be more so focused on the direction you're traveling in life, symbolically speaking, or this could be literal travel. You planning travel, going on travel, someone coming to visit you, someone coming to see you, whatever it might be. There's a focus on travel around this time in week 3 also. And a focus on love energy, love vibration, what you're putting love into, checking in with yourself. Do you still love this career path, this hobby, this person? You know, do you still love this about yourself, or do you want to evolve and change? Are you ready to shift and switch things up? Do you still love this home decor? Are you ready to redecorate? You know, but also surrounding yourself with love, vibration, and energy. Again, things you love, things you enjoy, people you love, people you enjoy, and that love you back in return is a focus. Like doing the things that fill your heart, and also taking care of yourself, because this is interesting. What I'm feeling with this energy is some of you are really working with healing some deep-rooted trust issues. Someone out there needs to know that when you feel like you have to start testing someone or something, or this is just an example for some of you, not everybody, but like, it reminds me of something I saw online the other day. It's like, the moment you have to tell a man or a woman to leave your partner alone is probably the time that you might need to reevaluate leaving that partner, because you shouldn't have to go that far. If this person is for you, you shouldn't have to be dealing with all of that. But that's just a random example. For the majority, apply to however it resonates within your life. You shouldn't have to test something so far to see if it's actually true to you or loyal to you. It shouldn't have to get there. Because if you already have that suspicion, you already know something is off. You already know that friendship might be jealous or envious of you, or hating on you, or doing some things behind the back that you feel is off. You already know that family member might have a secret animosity towards you. You already know something about the relationship feels off. And so there's a healing around deep-rooted trust issues, especially with close people in your life, friendship betrayals, family, partners, things like that. And it's like, it's just, some of you, there are things that are from the past that just keep bubbling up, and you're realizing like, you know what? I'm not as over this as I thought I was. So let me keep doing the inner work. Let me keep releasing. Let me keep doing my spiritual protection work, because I need to protect myself and I need to heal and grow. And some of you are going to realize where you were wrong as well, because no one is perfect. And you may realize, like, you may be realizing the times where you were toxic as well. But with all that being said, you're beginning to now learn how to protect the progress you've made, and you're beginning to realize, the people in your life that are true support, that are truly there, that are emotionally stable in your life, and that you can feel your true authentic self with. Those are your people. That's your person, not the ones that have you confused or questioning or making you feel like you have to test and keep reaffirming and reassurance. That's where the realization is with week 3. Also, some of you are healing from like illusion, denial, limerence, realizing, this might offend some people, but realizing the twin flame journey is just romanticizing rejection and separation, and realizing like, you know what? I want something that's real now, not just this idea of something. Whoever needed to hear that. Going into week 4. Okay. Week 4. Five of Lightning, which is 5 of Swords energy, I believe. So, when I pause the one because I'm hearing something, I'm trying to figure out what the messages they're telling me. It's very weird what I'm seeing too. I'm gonna explain what I'm seeing and hearing, and then you can kind of apply it to your own interpretation, I guess, but I'm gonna give mine as well. So what I saw was, it's so weird. Okay, but my gift works weird sometimes. It was a huge, massive UFO flying saucer type thing, but it looks like it almost had a cloak of almost like a raincoat around it, like a raincoat you actually wear, that material, or like a what's it called, a tarp. Blue. It was blue, like a really dark blue, navy type blue. And then it was putting out this smoky smokes kind of energy in the atmosphere, and it was making people's, I heard my eyes are burning, and I see the tears coming. But then they're letting out this sound, and this sound is giving off a light, like a very bright light. I know that all sounds weird. Similar to how when your dreams don't make sense, and then you interpret it later, each thing by each thing, it's like, okay, I could see where that is. So, let me know. Start letting me know your thoughts in the comments of what you feel this could be symbolic of, or how it might relate to you in your life. But how I'm seeing this is like something that feels very unfamiliar to you, that feels really big. It's like a big deal to you, is almost just like hovering above you. And because this is not familiar to you, it's like it's scary, it's overwhelming, but you need to face it straight on, because it's right there, but it still feels very scary. Like you may want to like shy away from it. The color I'm seeing, I would have to look at the symbolism more deeply, but it feels almost similar to the depths of it, like getting deeper into the ocean, where it's like the reality of truth that you did not know or were not aware of, and these experiences that like are bigger than the bubble you've been in. It's just like all you can do is surrender almost. And the eyes, even though, think of like when you see something you weren't ready to see and it's shocking, it's like the eyes burning, but then the tears come, and that is purging and clearing. And then from that, you've changed from the inside out. And now when you speak you can speak with more knowledge, more clarity, more understanding, because you now have a deeper truth of what was unknown to you, and that sheds light on the world around you and your environment. That's my interpretation of that very odd situation in my dream. I mean, in the dream vision that I just saw. So back to this message here. You're taking your power back. Like, yes, things may feel shocking. It may even feel like you've been at war, symbolically speaking, with something or someone or internally. But just remember that everything has an origin beyond what you've been told. So what's the true origin of what it is, that truth you're seeking? Even thinking of like a black cat, how people have put bad energy towards black cats for so long, and they're not bad at all. They're very powerful, actually, very magical. I love them. But thinking back to, or needing to look deeper beyond what you've been told from others, and you may be realizing that your past views are now conflicting with the truth that you now know. And you may also be realizing, like, certain people you can't really surround yourself with anymore, or at least not on a consistent basis, because your mindsets are just not working well together. And so now you kind of have to you're almost like fighting it off, or setting your boundaries. Let's see what else. In week 4, if you're wondering if especially those of you that have mediumship ability, or if you have a loved one, person, or even fur animal, fur baby, that has transitioned, or ancestors, spirit guides, whatever it might be, someone from the spirit realm is getting in touch with you. Yes, you are sensing that energy correctly that is around you. And also something you've been wondering in the back of your mind during this time, Spirit is saying yes. It's a yes answer. We have the message here of Santa Muerte. Some of you may actually work with Santa Muerte, but if not, this is more of like the energy of the traditional, of the death card energy in traditional tarot, where many of you, there's an ego death that is taking place because you are going through such a humbling, eye-opening experience, to where, again, certain truths are being revealed, and others of you are just, there's a chapter of your life that's ending. Some of you are growing. A version of you is dying off. And then others of you, yes, there is an energy of grief, loss, hurt that you're healing and working through. And for a lot of you, I feel it's like you thought you were going to be at one place in life by now, and you're just not there yet. But it's all coming in divine timing. You're still on path. You're still moving forward. You're still traveling through. But you have more balance now, because maybe you were about to go off the rails because you didn't have all the answers, all the knowledge you needed to now make a balanced choice in the direction you're going. And now you can move forward full speed ahead in a more balanced way, in a healthier way, in a more efficient way, whatever it might be, that is better for you at the end of the day. There's a feeling of achievement as well in week 4 that I feel is coming through. And if you don't feel it yet, then maybe you will soon, especially like over the following months to come. So that's what I have for you guys. If you made it this far, send me a skull emoji, since that's the theme. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you another time. Bye.